Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. And it really is a welcome back because I have been missing in action for 4 months. I'm really sorry about that, but I did promise to be back here after my wedding, so here we are. Thank you for being patient, and I think the timing is right as well. The Fantastic Four movie just came out, and I thought which figure would be the best to do this comeback review with. So, today we'll be reviewing the Fantastic Four First Steps movies, Mr. Fantastic. So here we have Mr. Fantastic and this awesome retro style packaging for Fantastic Four. So the design of this packaging follows the motif for the film. We get the movie title here at the front and a label on the side here that says Mr. Fantastic. At the top, we get a logo of the four for Fantastic Four. At the side, we get another label here that says Mr. Fantastic. And at the other side, we get a nice image of Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. At the back, we get another image of Pedro as Reed. And at the side here, we get a bunch of icons for each character. So we have this icon here for Mr. Fantastic. And that's that. All right, let's get Mr. Fantastic out of the packaging. Hmm. So here we have Mr. Fantastic, and before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. Now for its accessories, so this figure comes with a decent amount. So he has two pairs of interchangeable hands. So we get a pair of fisted hands, and we also get a pair of open hands. And lastly, we also get a pair of stretchy arms here. So the stretchy arms here are made up of a bendy wire material on the inside. So you can bend them and post them in a lot of different ways, except for this part of the arm here, which doesn't seem to bend at all. And I think these look great, but I would have preferred if they added some swivel here around the bicep area and at the wrists to add more possibility for this figure. I'm not really sure why they couldn't do that for the wrists at the very least, but again, it would have added a lot more to the figure if they could have done those features. And now to show you how to use this arm. So the regular arms pop off very easily. You don't need to exert a lot of effort in doing this. And then popping in the stretchy arms, and there we have Mr. Fantastic in all his elastic glory. I do wish Hasbro gave us more stretchy parts, like for his neck or torso or legs. That would have been really awesome. Now, taking a look at the figure itself, starting with the head sculpt, I do like this a lot. I think it looks a lot like Pedro Pascal, but I do have that feeling when I look at the sculpt here that it's largely based on concept art for the film. I don't have a lot of complaints about the head sculpt here, but one thing that I do wish they did was choose a more neutral facial expression for Reed here. It's kind of hard to pose him in more serious things, when he's smiling all the time. And I also want to point out that Pedro's casting did throw me off a bit when it was first announced, but he proved me wrong in the film, so I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. Moving on, the rest of the figure looks really good. So the suit design here has a retro feel to it. The movie is set in a different time period in an alternate Earth to the MCU, so it's set in the 1960s. But yeah, I'm really loving this simplistic look for their suits. I used to be a fan of the blue and black color scheme for the Fantastic Four, but after seeing the film, the blue and white color scheme looks more futuristic for the team, so I think it suits them better. And so far, the entire piece looks really clean. I'm really loving the texturing that we get on the suit here. I do like that they gave attention to a lot of small details here. For example, we get this wristwatch thingy that the team uses to monitor alerts and for communicating with each other. So that's awesome. However, if you do compare it with some shots from the film, I think the blue on this could be a little bit darker. It's not that bothersome for me, but just to be a little bit more film accurate. So overall, I'm loving the sculpt and paint apps of this figure here. Now let's go over the articulation on this figure. So Reed can look up that far, and he can look down as well. His head does rotate, but unfortunately we don't get a lot of neck pivot here. His arms move upward that far, over the 90-degree mark, so that's great. And he can bend them down as well. His shoulders rotate 360. We get a bicep swivel. double jointed elbows that bend in really far, so that's awesome. His wrists do rotate and move up and down. We get a diaphragm pivot for Reed here, although it doesn't really offer that much movement. So I think this figure would have benefited more from an ab crunch or a diaphragm pivot here at the waist instead. Anyway, he has a waist swivel. His legs can kick forward only that far and not so much backwards. His hips move outward very far, so that's great. He has a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. His ankles move up and down, and he has ankle pivot as well. Now, for some figure comparisons, here's Mr. Fantastic next to another New York based hero in the MCU. We have the Marvel Legends Spider Man. And here's Mr. Fantastic next to my personal Illuminati lineup for the MCU, although we have yet to see them all together. We have the ZD Toys Iron Man, Marvel Legends Doctor Strange, Marvel Legends Black Panther, and the Marvel Legends Namor. And I just want to point out that I really prefer this ZD Toys Iron Man as my default MCU Iron Man. Now, if you don't agree with the heights here, I do use this height comparison from the comics. And I think Iron Man should tower over everyone else here in this lineup. So I think the scale here is just right. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four's Mr. Fantastic. Despite the lack of more stretchy parts and accessories, I think this figure has an awesome sculpt, excellent paint apps, and pretty decent articulation. So I'm really liking this figure. And if you're wondering where I got this figure, so I pre-ordered the Fantastic Four Wave from Collector's Quest Philippines. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button. And if you still haven't, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media, links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.